passes in Himalayas. So we know Himalayas are a continuous range of high mountains. It's not like there is one mountain and there is another one. It's one mountain and there is another. Okay, so these mountains are high and continuing. At times, at some places, there will be narrow gaps in between two mountains. Okay, at some places, it's not there throughout the places, but at some places there will be a narrow gap in between two mountain ranges. Okay, so it will be like this. So this is one range and this is another range of mountains, and in between that there is a narrow pass. So we can say we have compound walls, no? We have got the compound walls around our house. So imagine a compound wall is one range and this compound wall is another range. In between the compound wall there is an opening for the gate. Okay, so this narrow gap that we have in between the mountain ranges is just like that gate. So these gaps are identified for human beings for transportation. Okay, so these narrow gaps that are found in between the huge mountain ranges is known as a passes. It's called as a pass. Okay, it's usually named as a La. L-A, La. La means pass. Okay, La means pass. La is actually a Tibetan language, I guess. Okay, so we have some famous passes like this. For example, in the Hindu Kush range, we have one of the most famous pass. It's known as the Kyber Pass. Where is that? Here, in the Hindu Kush range. Okay, the people from Pakistan, the transportation from Pakistan to China actually is happening through this. There is no other way through which they could construct road lines. Okay, then we have Bolan Pass. Bolan Pass is in the Jammu and Kashmir. Bolan Pass, or we can say Bolan La, because La means pass. Then Shipkila, Nathula, Bomdila. So there are around 6 or 7 different passes throughout the greater Himalayas or the Himadris, through where transportation is possible. Right? So these are some specific areas through where we can make transportation possible. Now, what is the importance of Himalayas? How is Himalayas important to us? We have to say Himalayas is a natural gift for us. Himalayas is a natural gift for us because it protects the entire northern region. So what are the importance of Himalayan ranges for us? So Himalayas are a gift of nature for us because they are useful in different ways. First of all, this big stretch of mountains on the northern part, the greater Himalayas. Okay, so they act as a natural border for India. Okay, we cannot expect any kind of threat from the countries over here like China or so to attack us through this region. Okay, so it's a natural barrier for us. Second, it prevents the dry winds from Tibetan region to come to India. Okay, dry wind means what? There won't be any moisture in that. It can simply make the entire area dry. Okay, it prevents, so here we have Tibet. So this dry wind that is blowing from Tibet is blocked by these mountains and sent back. They won't allow this wind to come to India. At the same time, we have monsoon winds. So what are these monsoon winds? Monsoon winds are these winds which actually come from Arabian Sea and Bay of Bengal. Okay, so they carry a large amount of moisture along with them. Okay, so from the south, the Bay of Bengal and the Arabian Sea, the moisture laden monsoon winds come up and the Himalayas block them. Okay, the Himalayas block them and that causes very good rainfall in the northern region. See, when we were talking about this lesser Himalayas, we said this region receives heavy rainfall throughout the year. Isn't it? When we talked about the lower Himalayas, they are thick forest regions because they receive rain throughout the year. So how does this region get this much rain? How does that region get this rain? Yeah, here we have Bay of Bengal, here we have Arabian Sea. So the monsoon wind that blow up here, it blows like this, it comes in this way and that is stopped. The Himalayan ranges stop this water-laden winds, monsoon winds, and that causes rain in this region. Okay, so it protects us from the dry wind from the Tibet and it prevents this monsoon winds to escape into that region. Right? Then, it is this water which makes most of these rivers in this region like Ganga or Yamuna or Brahmaputra receives much of this water and that helps this region. This is called the northern plains. We will deal with that in the next class. So that region more fertile. Okay. Then Himalayas are sources of wood. Lower Himalayas, they are the storehouse of wood. We have got a lot of medicinal plants in many of these hills. Plenty of medicinal plants are found in this region. Even in Ramayana also we know it, na? Yeah, in Sri Lanka, when the younger brother of Rama, Lakshmana, was attacked by those Ravana's son, Indrajit. Okay, then Lakshmana fell unconscious and they said there is one particular medicine that grows in the Himalayan region which can save the life of Lakshmana. So what did Hanuman do? Yeah, he jumped from Sri Lanka to Himalaya. He couldn't find the medicine perfectly. So he was quite confused because a lot of plants were there. So what did he do? He took a hill as it is. So one of the hills of Himalayas is actually carried by Hanuman to Sri Lanka. The medicinal plant was identified, taken, and it was used for the treatment, and after that Hanuman took it back. Okay, so that's a story. But even from that time we know there are plenty of medicinal plants that grow in this region. Okay, the hills and this region which receives good rainfall has got a lot of greenery, and this region is very good for animal rearing also. Sheep rearing, cattle rearing is one of the major occupations in this region because agriculture is not possible in this region. Agriculture is possible only in the lower Himalayas, that to an extent, not completely, and from the plains. Okay, so in lesser Himalayas we have seen orchards like apple, pear, peach, lychee and all, isn't it? Yeah, so those kinds of cultivations are done, but animal rearing is one of the most important cultivation of the people over there, right? So economically, geographically, this region has got a very great importance as far as India is concerned. Understood? The branches of Himalayas and the passes in Himalayas and the importance of Himalayas. Okay, now we will go on to the exercise part.